Hello, everybody. Get ready for takeoff. Today, we're flying into the territory of, well, how can I explain the name of this territory we're flying into today? We're going to call it judgmental Christians. Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about, what specifically we're going to be talking about is what happened at James River. As you know, there was a Stronger Men's Conference that happened a little while back. Now, originally, when the story broke, I was going to ignore it because I figured it'll pass in a couple of days. I mean, it's a local thing, right? It happened locally right here in Springfield, Missouri. I live in Marshfield. It's about 40 miles from James River specifically. But like I said, it's a local thing. So I figured it'll pass. Strictly local, in a few days, it'll be old news and nobody's going to care, right? Wrong. This thing is continuing to escalate and escalate, and there's nothing to escalate. I'm going to explain who I think is wanting this to escalate and why I'm now covering it. Because I can't shut up. I have something I want to say. That's why I'm making this video. I want to clarify something that everybody thinks happened at this Strongman's Conference that didn't happen. It's time you get the facts. If nobody else is going to give you the facts, I'll give you the facts. And I'll state my opinion. It's my opinion strictly of what I think went down at the Stronger Men's Conference. Why am I covering it now? It should be old news, right? No, this thing's it's blowing up. Because how can I explain it? Okay, here's what happened. There was a Stronger Men's Conference, and they brought in this sword master. You know, he swallows swords, eats fire, stuff like that, right? So he was the first performer that performed on Friday night, right? Okay, Friday night is the opening acts. He is the opening act. Now, mind you, it's a Stronger Men's Conference. It's all about being macho and masculine, and they have, monster trucks and all kinds of stuff. It's all macho stuff, right? Okay, think about the environment. Right. So let's be logical. So apparently what happened was they accused him of coming out, taking off his shirt, and started dancing on some stripper pole. That's not what happened. And I've got the video to prove it. He was not a stripper. He's an acrobat, a performer. He's been on America's Got Talent. He's been on several national TV shows. He's traveled around the world. He is well established. He is not a stripper. Let's get that fact. And I've got video to prove it. Someone managed to video the entire act from beginning to end. So there's nothing edited here except for the background music's been changed for copyright issues. Other than that, I'm going to show it to you, and I want you to see for yourself. This man is not a stripper. And I'm going to explain what he did, and then we're going to talk to the man himself, the sword master. And no one's talking to that guy. Nobody. So the sword master himself made an Instagram video. We're going to play that for you too. I want you to hear what he had to say, not Mr. Crisco Oil, the guy that came out and rebuked it. There was nothing to rebuke. He's not a stripper. He performed an acrobat act. You see it many circuses. He's the same act he's done on many national TV shows. Believe me, James River would not invite a male stripper to a men's conference. I want you to think about that logically for a second. Do you really think James River and Pastor Lindell would invite a male stripper to a men's conference in front of thousands of men and possibly millions of people? Because everybody's got smartphones, right? Do you really think that? Let's be logical for a second. Just let that logic sink in. Of course not. This man's been investigated. He's been vetted. James River's not stupid. They vet everybody that comes through their doors. Every guest, every performer that comes in, they're vetted. There's a vetting process. Not just anybody can get out in that men's conference and perform and get on that stage. He's not going to let just any yo-yo on that stage. I want you to think about the logic of that for a second. So, without further ado, now that I've told you some of the what happened, why they think, oh, he's a male stripper, we're going to read some of the comments that the so-called judgmental Christians are posting without knowing their facts, because they don't. All they took was a headline. All they see is a headline, and that's what they run with. And maybe a few seconds of an edited scene of him dancing around the pole. There's one scene where he kind of did a little bit, but that's all they saw. He took his shirt off. Boxers take off they disrobe. Do they not? Do you not watch Rocky Balboa? Matter of fact, at the Stronger Men's Conference, they've had shirtless men before. Weightlifters and other stunt performers. It's not the first time. Oh my God, he disrobed. He's stripping. No, he's not. He's a boxer. He's taking off his robe before the boxing match, before a pro wrestling match. What? So somehow you think because that man came out, took off his vest. It wasn't a shirt. It was a vest, a costume. He took his costume off so he can perform his act. So let's get right into it. I'm going to pull this up. This is the video right here.
Taking Lindell's side. And as I said, there's something else that needs to be addressed here. Something much bigger than taking a side. So.
Right, and we'll talk about that, won't we?
Yes, we will.
So, if you haven't heard of it, this past week, last weekend, right?
I believe so.
James River Church in Missouri hosted the
Stronger
Man Conference.
Stronger Men's Conference.
Stronger Men's Conference, which is a yearly event, which is a huge event, isn't it, Danny?
Yeah, they have all kind of stuff.
And it seems to start on Friday and on Saturday, but on Friday nights, they have entertainment for an hour after their main session. So sometimes they have bull riding and monster trucks, something very manly, of course. So we're going to show you a clip of what performance they had on stage this past Friday night.
Yep, watch this.
Pretty cool. Wow. This is really neat.
right, so that is the full performance. Now, what we've seen when we've seen video clips of this is only part of it, where it looks like he's, doing this male dancing, pole dancing kind of thing. But if you watch the whole performance, it's more of a circus act. At least it seemed like that to me.
I agree, although there were some just questionable things in it.
Okay. There's nothing questionable. There's nothing to call out here. It was basically a circus act. Yes, he's an acrobat. That is what he does. So as you saw, you saw the whole thing from beginning to end. There was nothing inappropriate. Now think about the environment he's in. This is a Stronger Men's Conference, right? That's the environment. I mean, you got to think about where he's at, and what audience he's trying to appease. There was nothing inappropriate here. Nothing. There was nothing to call out. So, Mr. Crisco Oil, I'm going to call him Crisco Oil because that's just my nickname for him. He came out and rebuked it. As a matter of fact, he waited a whole him and the pastor of James River were backstage for over half an hour, talking back and forth. And he never mentioned to Pastor Lindell that he was going to rebuke this. He never said anything about it. He waited till he had that platform to get up on that stage and rebuke it. He took advantage of a situation. There was no situation. But because there was what appeared to be a stripper pole, so he decided to take something out of context and create a situation where there was none. He was rebuking something that didn't need rebuking. He's just trying to get attention. That's exactly what he got. Lots of attention. There's whole kinds of YouTube videos about this, but most of it's edited. This is the only video I could find where it had the full performance from beginning to end, because the video I saw before from beginning to end was put out by the sword man himself. Alex Magala is his name. The reason I'm making this video, because Alex Magala's YouTube channel mysteriously disappeared. That can't be a coincidence. I mean, in the last couple of days, I should have took a video, took my camera and made a copy. I'm glad somebody else did that, because I thought, man, I'm a bad journalist. Because I didn't want to cover the story. But when his channel mysteriously disappeared, I smell a cover-up. Something's wrong here. Someone wants the sword man himself to be silent, because whatever he says does not fit the narrative of what's going on right now in social media, because they're creating a lot of drama where there shouldn't be. Alex Magala would kill all that drama just by him speaking up, and he did. There's another video. We're going to play Alex Magala. Someone else documented it before his channel disappeared. I'm glad they did, because I didn't. I wished I had. And that's why I'm speaking to you today. Something is going on here. It's not a coincidence his channel disappeared. That's what got me riled up, because I'm going, this situation's getting worse. I smell a rat. And that rat is probably Crisco Oil. Or his name is Mark Driscoll. But I'm going to refer to him as Crisco Oil, because he's the one creating all this drama where there shouldn't be any. All to sell books, to make money. He's an attention whore. Yeah, I'm going to call it as I see it. Mr. Driscoll, Mr. Crisco Oil, is an attention whore. He sure is. Absolutely. And he's just... I wouldn't doubt he's the one who took down Alex Magala's YouTube channel. I had him deplatformed. His channel mysteriously disappeared. I kid you not. He had a channel, and now it's gone. His Instagram is probably gone too. They want him to be silent and shut up. Well, I'm not going to shut up, and I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to expose this for what it is. This is not on John Lindell. He's not the man I'm after. Lindell did what he was supposed to do. Put on a stronger men's conference. Matter of fact, over 500 men got saved that night. Came to Christ. Even if only one person got saved, it would be worth it. Jesus made a statement about that somewhere in Scripture. Comment below where that Scripture is. That Jesus felt that the good of the one, that one lost sheep. He makes reference to it somewhere. Okay, the next video I want to show you is Alex Magala himself. Let's hear what he has to say. Come on. Full screen.
Alright, well, things got a little bit out of hands, and watching all the stuff that is going on internet and all the controversies, I just wanted to clarify some details. Just wanted to say that I owe no explanation to anyone about my faith in God, about what I'm doing, about my past. But just wanted to clarify some details so it's not gonna affect my family and my close friends. So we should start with a video that was I seen yesterday from Pastor John Lindell. That was really touching, and I appreciate all the support from James River Church community. Just amazing people, and it was a really pleasure and it was honor working with them. I never seen such a great team, dedicated team to work together, work extra from morning to night to make these amazing things happen. And just like overall, it was an amazing experience. Before Pastor Mark Driscoll addressed about that he didn't like my performance. But anyways, and after watching a video yesterday from John Lindell explaining and just defending me, I just wanted to clear some details. So first of all, I have no kids. I have a family. I have no kids yet. So that's number one. And secondly, some sources say that I was saved by God around 10 years ago, which is not correct, because I'm an Orthodox Christian. And I'm sorry if I'm wrong in terminology. I just English is my third language, so I'm trying, but just bear with me. So Orthodox Christian means that I get through the ceremony of becoming a Christian as a baby. So pretty much all my family is an Orthodox Christian, and me as well. With that said, I had no problem going to attending a Baptist church in Los Angeles, Mosaic Church, with Pastor Erwin McManus, primarily because my friends were going there, and just in general, there are good people, and in Los Angeles it's really hard to find honest and just in general good people. So first, it was a circle of friends, and second is I found a lot of wisdom in in Bible stories that Erwin McManus was sharing with us. Also, he is amazing in public speaking, but that's another topic. On top of that, I have no problem, I see videos of like some church YouTubers judging me that I'm like in the meditation pose in Bali. Look, I was taking a tour and I have no problem experiencing or going through the ceremony and get to know other cultures, other languages, other people, because my number one focus is meeting good people and just get to know the philosophy of this religion or that religion. I have friends that are Buddhists, Buddhist monks, and just in general, like if I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, that doesn't mean that I cannot attend a karate class. That's just gonna make me a better martial artist, more versatile martial artist. So I'm not locking myself into going to one thing or another thing. I'm just loyal to my friends, but not to the a temple or one church. So my number one focus is to make friends. I hope that is not offending you, and just in general, it's just bizarre. So what else? We're going to Pastor Mark Driscoll, and what he was saying about me, that's just like completely misguided, because saying that I was ripping my shirt off.
In front of that was a man who ripped his shirt off like a woman does in front of a pole at a strip club.
First of all, it was a vest. Second of all, in order to prove that sword swallowing is real, I had to just get everything out of the way so people can see a pure art of sword swallowing. Thirdly, because climbing on a pole with a heavy vest is not really convenient, and going upside down. So just wanted to clarify some things.
Safety.
The stripper pole that he called my pole, it's actually Chinese pole. It's a very ancient circus art, originated in China, so it's Chinese pole. It's a pole covered in rubber, and you have to have at least strong pants to have a grip. So we're going through that, okay?
We're getting all the facts here.
So his team was digging about my past and all that, like it's just like, it's so bizarre. It's a 53-year-old man judging 21-year-old me about that I was a stripper. First of all, it's called go-go dancing, and it's a big difference, because what me and my team of dancers were doing, we were performing, guys were performing in shorts, and girls were covering. There's no any revealing of women breasts, nipples, or any sorts. So it's basically you could see the same thing when you go to the beach in Los Angeles or you go to our club. And on top of that, if you see that thing like as a sinful or whatever, I wanted to say that all those people are amazing people. All those performers you can see on events like Oscars opening ceremony, halftime shows, and Cirque du Soleil. And why I stayed there is because my boss is an ex-go-go dancer, and it happened to be that Cirque du Soleil managers, they seen his dancing and they hired him. Now he I'm not sure if now he's still performing, but he was a main character in the show La Rev, which is in Vegas in Wynn Hotel. So that was really inspiring for me. And to me it was a hard decision because I am from a conservative family, and just imagine having a $60 left after you pay the rent. You have no friends, you have no family, and you know almost zero English. Just in general, like I couldn't find a job, and performing on the streets, that was not sustainable, because after a couple shows you get so much damage from sword swallowing. Back then I was not an experienced sword swallower, so I couldn't perform consistently. Just to keep in mind, my first tip from sword swallowing that I got was $4.50. Now just put in the equation, you have $60 in your pocket, 35 of them you spend on a sword, and the rest you spend on milk and oatmeal. And there was a point when I ran out of oatmeal. So yeah, hard decision has to be made. But I just wanted to say, I own everything that I was doing, and it was a thought through decision, and that made me a just better overall performer. And that's where I developed my act that you could see on America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, and 15 total Got Talents, Ellen DeGeneres show. So I hope you get to understand the whole picture and not taking this out of context. So all those go-go dancers that you see in the clubs, they also had a hard decision, and those are generally people who just didn't want to sleep with people like Harvey Weinstein. So if you compare this with how to make it in Hollywood, what we did is nothing. So just chill, okay? Moving forward, just wanted to say that I hope we find peace, and I hope that we're not gonna cause all this feud one against another, and I hope you find God in your heart, because I know my way of expressing my faith is different. And let me explain just like real quick. That's how I see it. When I perform, I swallow a sword and attempting a death-defying stunt, climbing on top of the pole and then going upside down. The moment when I drop down, that's to me is when I give my life to God. And the moment when I stop 1 inch before hitting the ground, that's the moment when I get saved by God. God bless everybody, and book my show.
Okay, that's the end of that video. I wanted you to hear directly from the Swordman himself. We don't need to know the rest of this video. So that's it. You heard directly from the Swordmaster himself, his own words, the entire speech. I didn't want to interrupt him while he spoke. I wanted you to hear everything that he had to say. Okay? And like I said, mysteriously his channel disappeared. This speech that he just gave to clarify everything is like it mysteriously has disappeared. The only reason I found it is someone else recorded it and uploaded it to their YouTube channel, because his YouTube channel, the Swordmaster himself, mysteriously just disappeared. Someone doesn't want that narrative out. Someone doesn't want the truth out. You just heard everything from the Swordman himself. The truth. That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm giving you in this particular video. That's going to go directly to Facebook first, and then I'll probably put it on the YouTube. But I wanted you to get to know the truth. And now you heard it. You saw the entire performance from beginning to end. You heard directly from the Swordmaster himself. His own words. No one else's words, not my words, not John Lindell, not Mr. Crutchfield, whatever his name is. Driscoll? Mr. Driscoll? Mark Driscoll, is that his name? Crisco Oil? Yeah. So the Swordman himself, like I said, he's well documented. He's been on national TV. He's been on Ellen DeGeneres. And you heard directly from him what he had to say, and nobody wants that out because it doesn't fit the narrative of what's going on right now. But I wanted you to know the truth. Now you know. I think there's something. The only reason I'm covering this is because his channel mysteriously disappeared, and I'm going, wow, something is going on here. Someone is covering up the truth. And no one's talking to the Swordmaster. No one. Everyone's talking about Driscoll this, Driscoll that. Driscoll, Mr. Slick Oil Salesman, Crisco Oil, yeah. Or Lindell this, Lindell that, James River this. But no one is talking to the sword guy himself. And then they're saying a lot of the Christians are coming out and saying, well, this was inappropriate. No, there's nothing inappropriate about it. The entire act you saw it from beginning to end. He didn't do anything inappropriate. He didn't do anything that any other athlete doesn't do. He took off his shirt. Well, a lot of them do that. A lot of boxers and pro wrestlers disrobe before the match. How is that a big deal? He's shirtless, so what? A lot of athletes are shirtless during their performances. Bodybuilders, wrestlers, boxers, you name it. Even at other stronger men's conferences, they had many shirtless men in the past. Many. Yeah. And it's a strong men's conference. You got to think about the environment he's in. And this man is well established. He's been on many national TV shows. There's nothing in his act that is not family friendly. And like I said, you really think that James River didn't do their homework? They're not stupid. You got to think about the logic of all of this. It's Mark, Mr. Crisco Oil himself, who purposely created all this. Just to sell books, just to bring attention to himself, because he wants to be famous. He was already famous, but yeah, he saw an opportunity and he took it. Oh, look, he's taking his shirt off. Oh, looks like a stripper pole. Let's combine the two. Let's create a narrative that isn't there, because that narrative wasn't there. If you heard from the Swordman himself debunks everything that you're seeing on social media. That's why they took his channel down, because it doesn't fit the narrative. It would debunk everything. It would totally debunk Mr. Crisco Oil. It would totally debunk probably John Lindell too. And I don't think they met before and created this. I think this is just happenstance. I think Crisco Oil saw the act, and like I said, he didn't even tell the pastor of the church what he was going to do. He just did it. He's an opportunist. I don't know anything about Lindell, but I'm telling you, Mr. Crisco Oil is an opportunist. And that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Nothing happened that night. Nothing. I could read you some of the negative comments, but this video is already 35 minutes long. You don't really want to hear all the negative comments, do you? The judgmental Christians who are coming against this sword man, claiming this is inappropriate. They're all saying the same thing. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I got a few minutes. You want to hear it? It's in the comment section. Let's go find out. Go back to small screen. Let's see. There's only non-comments in this one. Let's hear. One commenter said, "This man is definitely not born again, but truly needs deliverance and salvation through Jesus Christ. Pray for this man." We don't know that. Did you not hear what he said? Are you taking him out of context? Because I didn't. I heard every word he said. Every time he performs, he's giving his life to God. No, he said that. Alex Magala said that. See, only God knows. Only the Lord knows if this man is truly saved in his heart. That's not for me to say. I'm just going on what Alex Magala. See, they're taking it out of context. See, I was Orthodox and I was born saved. You're not born saved. But he says he's giving his life to God. God, I surrender to you. Every time he performs that act. Is that not a form of salvation? Comment below. Tell me what you think. I mean, you heard everything from Alex himself. But the problem is most Christians take things out of context. They don't listen to his entire speech. That's why I played the entire speech that Alex Magala said. Every word, his words, not mine, not anyone else's, his words. Prayers for this young man. Yeah, I feel for him. Good on Alex Magala for telling the truth. He is definitely not the problem in this situation. Good. I'm glad someone is agreeing with me. This gentleman is a nominal Orthodox Christian from Moldova. He is trying to make a living the only way he knows. He simply accepted an invitation to perform. He is just looking for sincere and honest friends. Though he is obviously not a born-again Christian, we don't know that. Again, we don't know that. He made the right decision to correct the untruths. Yes, he did. Untruths Pastor John Lindell said about him, and to tell the truth about his family and spiritual status. He does not have children, nor did he get born again 10 years ago. May Alex Magala come to know God in a real and deeper way, but it is 100% the responsibility of the pastors to fix this mess. I totally agree. See, this is why I think they want to silence this guy. He did nothing wrong in any way, shape, or form. Whether or not he's truly saved, that's between him and God. It's not for me to say. I'm not going to sit here and judge this man and say, well, you're not saved. We don't know that. You just heard from Alex himself. Like I said, he gives his life to God every time he performs. Just saying. He just expresses it differently than you and I would express it. What's next? Running across a bed of red hot coals in your bare feet? The pastor created this mess and made it far worse than when he lied about the fellow's background. Like I said, the act itself, there's nothing wrong with it. It's totally family friendly. He's been on many national TV shows. He has been well established, well vetted. Okay? Know your facts, people. The problem with a lot of these commenters is they don't get the facts. That's why I'm trying to present you with all the facts. Know them. Don't take anything out of context. We're up to 40 minutes. I got a clock on that thing. Orthodoxy isn't Christianity. Well, because I have a different brand name on the door? You don't know that. P. Diddy would have loved that routine. There's always the circus. Not my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He actually died on a rugged cross for all our sins, even if the ones we didn't commit inside the church walls. Repentance is needed here. No more defending our own understanding. I don't know. That's an interesting comment. Oh, no, I didn't want that. Let's see. Let's go back to this video. How many comments?
Now, what we've seen when we...
Okay, we don't want to play that. And then later on, as you all know, Mark Driscoll, or Mr. Crisco Oil, sat on the stage with the pastor of James River and apologized. Well, sort of. But why are we still getting all this drama? Here's one. Like I said, 500 men gave their lives to Christ that night. I saw a podcast with someone who was actually there. Now, I've attended 2 of these men's conferences, and I'm telling you, they're fun. And I understand why they do all the pyrotechnics and why they bring NFL players. But their point is, they're trying to invite people to church who would not normally come. So they put on a good show, good entertainment, and then they do come out with their gospel message. Others say it's a watered-down gospel. 500 men gave their lives to God. How is that watered down? You tell me. Numbers don't lie. 500 people gave their lives to Christ that night. People need to get their facts. And then that's sad that people, they only read the headlines. They don't know squat. Here's something that one guy said. I wish people would stop referring to this as a Christian men's conference. This had nothing to do with Christianity, and it is heartbreaking to see the hundreds, possibly thousands of men consuming this trash. What trash? I had fun. I went to 2 of these things. I wish I'd gone to this one. Oh man, I missed this one. Who seemingly have no discernment. I have good discernment. I'm not stupid. And this is what's wrong. We have judgmental people judging without getting all their facts. If my pastor allowed a pole dancer, he's not a pole dancer. I just proved that in this video. To perform in my church or any church function, I'd leave and find a new church. He is not a pole dancer. Get your facts. He's been on many national TV shows. He's performed this act on America's Got Talent, Ellen DeGeneres, you name it. He's been there, well established. He's like a circus performer. This is not pole dancing. It's not a dance. He swallows swords, probably fire too. Maybe he eats fire, I don't know. James River Church used to be James River Assemblies of God. Several years ago, they dropped Assemblies of God from their name. I was there for it all. This is what happens when a mega church is ran by a narcissist and self-absorbed family. You have to understand that this is a huge yearly money-making event. It's all about the money. No. Yeah, it makes money. This is the drama right here. And they want to keep this drama going. Christians are at war with themselves. I seldom go to church because of this crap. I go every once in a while. True. I went just a couple weeks ago to the very church I was raised in as a child. It's all about the money. It's big business. I was in a cult for 18 years, or some of us were in gangs. What's the difference? I have since left this church, and I'm still deconstructing from the narcissistic abuse from its pastors. Yeah, there can be narcissist pastors. There's some out there. Kenneth Copeland, Benny Hinn. Yeah, they're out there. I'm not in denial of it. If it looks like a circus, it's a circus. Okay, they're just jealous because the men's conference puts on this big event. It's masculine, it's macho. They have monster trucks. It's awesome, but so is the message. Yeah. They're just jealous because 500 people gave their lives to Christ. That is not a waste of anything. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it, that's my opinion. If it looks like a circus, it's a circus. We're going to do a podcast version of this where I can go on for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Because there's so many comments here. I have been married for 39 years. In the year of our 25th anniversary, Mr. Crisco Oil, that's what I call him, almost ended our marriage with his teachings. No, his teachings had nothing to do with your marriage. You have something to do with your marriage. You are in control of your marriage. Don't let anyone else control your narrative. Stop putting the blame on others. Both are false teachers, and I pray that what goes around comes around. There are Muslims who fight against each other, but most of them get along with each other. Most of them, most of the time. There's so much infighting with the righty-tighty Christians. That's why I seldom ever go to church. So much drama. Even at work, I really don't participate in the drama there either. I kind of keep to myself. I know I get lonely, and the only person who talks to me is my boss, the owner of the business himself. He's the only one who really talks to me. Hardly anybody else does, but he does. He treats me with respect. He's the only reason I still show up for work at all. It's because of him. Almost ended our marriage with his teachings. Both are false teachers. Both have left an enormous amount of destruction in their path. It's all a house of cards built on lies. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting in the middle of the drama between Mr. Crisco Oil and the pastor Lindell. I'm not here to judge either man. People want to judge them. It's like, yeah, you know what? That's between them. I just wanted to show you the truth. Directly from the sword master himself. There was nothing inappropriate here. Nothing. It's completely family friendly. This man has been well vetted. And the environment he was in was a men's conference. It belonged there. What he was doing was no different from what a pro wrestler does when he takes off his robe. Or what Rocky Balboa does before he starts his match. He takes his robe off. Athletes do this all the time. That is not a big deal. Swallowing a sword and climbing up and down a pole shirtless is not a biblical expression. Well, it is to the guy who's doing it. That's his way of expressing his love for God. It's different. Yes, but that's what he does. That is what he does. It's no different than Shawn Michaels being a born-again Christian and he's still out there wrestling or participating in it, and that's what he does. He's a wrestler. Are you saying he's not saved because he's doing what he loves, wrestling? Really? How quick we are to judge. I'm serious. I have an issue here with this whole thing. And I stand on what I say. So we're going to end this here because I'll keep going. There's so many comments. We're going to do a podcast version of this, which I can expand this to a couple of hours. And really, the only thing you can't see in the pot is the actual act. And I'll I'll describe it because the podcast version is strictly audio. You can drive down the road and listen to it in the background. Yes, I know I can upload video content into there, but I keep it strictly audio, so it's background while you're working, while you're driving down the road. You may be a truck driver, or you're just driving down the road, getting to your destination. You don't want the podcast to end in 5 minutes in the middle of traffic. So yeah, I don't want you to get in an accident. That's why I create an audio version of some of, But we're going to do a podcast version of this. And I'm going to expand upon it because I can. I'll have more time. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'll have to give this video a title. Maybe I'll just call it Judgmental Christians. It's a good title, I think. I'll make sure to hashtag Mr. Crisco Oil, Alex Magala. I think that's his name. Yeah, like I said, I'm doing this video because his channel mysteriously disappeared, and I smell a cover-up. I smell a rat. They're just trying to cover up the truth, and I'm giving you the truth. I got a couple videos we're going to do. I might do another video. It's now 1 o'clock. No, it is. It's 1 o'clock. I got to be at work at 4, but I got time. We're going to do another video on the TikTok ban. Another video I'm getting ready to produce is nothing is free anymore. Everything's behind a paywall. Yeah. The TikTok ban. Oh, man. Don't get me riled up on that one. Oh, what I heard about that. And what's happening with Elon Musk and his platform. Free speech is under attack. Ooh, that's for another video. I am riled up on that one. Thanks for tuning in. Comment below. What's your story? What's your take on it? Yeah, you're free to disagree with me if you want to. Feel free to disagree. I will not delete your comments because even if it's a negative comment or you disagree with me, that's fine. Because comments is post engagement and it helps me in the algorithm. So feel free to disagree. I'm all about free speech. My next video about TikTok and what's happening with Elon Musk and his platform, yeah. So I am definitely all about free speech. Feel free to say whatever you want in the comments. Comment. I stress that. I know you got to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All the YouTubers say it. No matter what platform you're watching this on, this is definitely going to go to Facebook. Matter of fact, I'll probably put it on Facebook before I put it on YouTube. So, thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.